integrating the agriculture into the orbit of green and low carbon emission in order to contribute to fulfillment of carbon emission neutrality by 2050 is a significant priority for Vietnam in the new setting. This was the commitment made by Vietnamese Prime Minister Phạm Minh Chính during 2021 United Nations Climate Change Conference, COP26. Vietnam is likewise committed to promoting ecological agriculture, modern countryside, and smart farmers. Vietnam's agricultural sector has consistently adapted to be in harmony with the global movement and the evolution of nature. It is a mindset that shifts from agricultural production to agricultural economy, or in other words, from passively fighting climate change to actively adapting to it. Preliminary status indicate in the first 10 months of 2022, Vietnam's total import-export turnover of agriculture, forest, and aquatic goods surpassed 82 billion USD, an increase of 10.2% year-over-year. Exports reached 44.9 billion USD, while imports were forecast at 37.2 billion USD, resulting in trade surplus of 7.7 billion USD. It may be viewed as a foundation for the export of agriculture, forestry, and fisheries goods to reach 55 billion USD in 2022 as targeted. There are 8 product groups with export values above 2 billion USD during the past 10 months. Coffee around 3.3 billion USD, rubber 2.8 billion USD, rice more than 2.94 billion USD, Pangasius catfish 2.1 billion USD, wood and wood products 13.5 billion USD. The steady development of agriculture and export markets, according to the foreign economic observers, is another encouraging indicator for Vietnam's economy. Currently, agricultural goods from Vietnam are exported to more than 180 nations and territories. Major Vietnamese agricultural product export markets. The United States is the largest export market with value about 11.4 billion USD, representing 25.4% market share. China is the second place with 8.3 billion USD, representing 18.5% of market share. Next is Japan with 3.5 billion USD, accounting for 7.8%. And the fourth is South Korea with 2.1 billion USD, accounting for 4.7%. According to economic analysts, the EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement (EVFTA) is new generation FTA between Vietnam and 27 EU members. It creates a number of opportunities for Vietnamese industries such as agriculture. According to the statistics, the EU imported about 160 billion USD worth of agricultural products yearly, with around 4% coming from Vietnam. These numbers illustrate that the value and export volume of Vietnamese agricultural goods to the EU has lagged behind Vietnam's export potential and EU import demands. Continuous improvements have been made to the quality of Vietnamese agricultural goods, allowing them to fulfill stringent criteria of this potential market. From there, a foundation is established to increase agricultural productivity and diversifying export items. Additionally, Vietnam has inked a free trade deal with United Kingdom, which went into effect on 1st May 2021. As a result, Vietnam's exports to the mystery country have seen a miracle. Vietnam's total exports to United Kingdom were 5.24 billion USD in 2021, in which agricultural products grew by 70.8%. These include rattan, bamboo, sack, and carpet products rose by 60.3% and pepper climbed by 48%. It is reasonable to claim that new generation FTA has added the expansion of Vietnamese agricultural goods to more countries in the world. Vietnam, one of the largest rice exporters in the world, exported near 6 million tons of rice and an estimated average price of 484 USD per ton over past 10 months. In 2022, rice exported value are anticipated to reach 6.5 billion tons, while the export turnover of entire sector would reach around 53 to 54 billion USD, resulting in the trade surplus of almost 10 billion USD. In tandem with the growth of agriculture industry, fisheries and livestock production have been recognized as key sectors with significant market-making potential. In 10 months of 2022, the fishing output reached about 3,300,000 tons, while the aquaculture production exceeded 4,100,000 tons. Vietnam's diverse temperatures and fertile soil have enabled to produce a wide variety of delectable and street foods that are anticipated across all over the world. There are currently more than 4,800 planning area codes and more than 1,400 packing facility codes for fresh fruits such as dragon fruit, mango, custard apple, banana, grapefruit, seedless lemon, longan, lychee, chili, and black cherry that are authorized for export to China, the United States, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, and Japan. The fresh pomelo ranks 7th Vietnamese fruits that are eligible for importation by the United States market in the previous 10 months. Other fruits, such as coconut and durian, are still marketed as frozen goods to this market. The favorable results provide the foundation for Vietnamese agriculture industry to firmly achieve the projected GDP growth of 2.8% to 3% in 2022. The industry's total export turnover is projected at 55 billion USD, above the government aim of 5 billion USD. With the strategies of promoting green consumption, developing transparent, friendly markets, and building sustainable brands for agro, forestry, fishery products in accordance with certain criteria, such as ensuring human health and protecting the natural environment, the future of Vietnam's agriculture is becoming clearer. It also aims to establish green and low-carbon agricultural product value chains for essential agricultural items. In addition to promoting the innovation, persistence, and uniqueness of Vietnamese farmers, the agricultural sector strives to promote international cooperation in order to solicit financial resources and technological solutions for the development of new breakthroughs in Vietnamese agriculture. Embracing Vietnam agriculture products, embracing Vietnam spirit, embracing Vietnam values is no longer just a trendy tagline for annual reports. The message is relied and perfected on an every basis in the shared pursuit of a thriving, civilized future for Vietnam's agriculture sector and the whole Vietnamese nation.